Well, hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your monthly reading for September of 2022. Just a quick reminder, this is a general reading, meaning it will not resonate with everyone. But if it does, awesome. Be sure to check out the extended link in the description box below. So if it resonates, wonderful. There's a link to the extended. If it doesn't, just let it go. Just leave it and let it go. Also, if you are revisiting this video and want to skip straight to the tapping part, you absolutely can do that because there are timestamps below in the description box as well. So let's see where we go, Saggy. I'm going to look at the major theme for you in September, how that will impact you, challenges you may experience, as well as the potential outcome and what's going on underneath that you may not be aware of. Okay, so let's see where we go. Okay, let's make sure you can see it. Yep. Okay. Okay, Saggy. The major theme for you in September, the Strength card. This one's pretty self-explanatory, so you might need to dig deep and utilize that resilience you have, that tenacity, that grit that you have. So we'll definitely clarify that. How this theme will impact you, the Temperance. So this is about balance, not forcing anything, going with the flow. Okay. I kind of like that. The Challenge, the Five of Pentacles. And I will tell you, Saggy, you are not alone in every single fire sign. So the Leo and the Aries reading, this Five of Pentacles has come up. Everyone. So this is a collective fire sign. Feeling of loss or lack in some way. And I feel like it's a very significant way for you. Like it's a very distinct feeling of loss or isolation. So you are not alone in that Five of Pentacles. So that's in your challenge position. The potential outcome, the Four of Wands. So this is about celebration, also about commitment. So that's pretty cool. And what's going on underneath that you may not be aware of, the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups brings in an offering of love or something from the heart. I like it. So let's clarify. Let's see where we go here. Clarify the Strength card for me. There we go. The Page of Wands in reverse. The Moon. And the King of Pentacles. There's some things coming up for you. With the Moon card being here, it feels like fear. You know, fear that you may not be aware is impacting you, that you have, that's kind of coming up to the surface for you to look at. And if it really, I think, took you off guard, because with the Page of Wands being here, it feels like what's being brought up for you, unconscious fears a little bit, or some of the stuff that's been hidden for a while. The Moon shines a light on stuff that has been hidden, that needs to be worked through, that needs to be released in order for you to progress. So I kind of get the feeling this is fear. This is some deeply seated or deeply held fears about, I think, your stability. It feels like with the King of Pentacles, it's about your stability and about taking action. Like the King of Pentacles is very much grounded and stable and secure in all, in financially, stability in the home. Like he's just secure and stable. And he takes action from that place. So it's a very decisive, kind of assertive action from the place of stability. And with the Page of Wands being in reverse, this is making me feel like some stuff is coming up. You didn't see it coming. You didn't know it was there. And it's like you've lost the inspiration. You've lost momentum. It feels heavy. It feels like you may have lost your mojo a little bit, lost the inspiration, lost some passion, lost the drive. That's tied up to your stability in some way, or tied up to your material world. And the Strength card being here lets me know that you can be resilient. You can push through this. You can make whatever decisions that you need to make. You can face this. You've got this, whether you're facing your fears, whether you're facing decisions that you need to make for your security, for your well-being, making decisions to take action on certain things, or set some boundaries with certain people that take away from your stability. Yes, interesting. So let's see how it will impact you. So the Temperance, like I said, it's all about flow here, not forcing anything, just going with this flow and letting inspiration find you a little bit. So let's see, clarify the Temperance for me. Clarify the Temperance. The Strength card again. Okay. Okay, the Devil. Okay. And the Two of Wands. Okay. Yeah, so whatever you're facing, or whatever's coming up to you, for you, or this situation, it's asking you, I just get trust. Strength is also trusting yourself and having your own back and knowing you're going to get through this. Trusting yourself, trust yourself to make good decisions. And with the Two of Wands, this is, what do I want? Where do I want to go? What do I want to create? What is that next level? It's like he's holding the world in his hands and he's looking at it going, okay, big, beautiful world, where am I going? What do I want? What's the next level for me? And the Devil's like right in between that. Which makes me think there's something here that doesn't serve you. There's old patterns, there's limiting beliefs. Maybe you feel like you have to force something with all your strength, and the Temperance card is saying no. The Temperance is not about just grinding it out and work ethic and working those 18-hour days and just working your fingers to the bone kind of thing, and just giving and giving and pushing and pushing. And Temperance is not that. So if that has been your tendency, if you are action oriented first, if you like to take control and say, I'm going to make this happen, I'm going to face these fears head on, but I'm going to make it happen, and I'm going to work hard at it, and I am going to just figure out what I want to create, and I'm going to just take action. I'll just take any action. Just because sitting in uncertainty, the uncertainty of not knowing how to proceed, feels worse to you and is a lot more unnerving to you than for you to just taking action just for the sake of taking action. And with the devil, this could be a pattern of yours. If this is you, maybe get used to or feel yourself into a place that you can sit in uncertainty, a place where you don't have to know how all of this is going to work or what steps you need to do. You just need to figure out what it is that you want, where you're going. Sit in that uncertainty a little bit of, I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have all this other stuff. These fears are coming up. Just sit with that. Trust yourself that you will know when you know, and go with the flow and let inspired action come to you. Especially with the Page of Wands, that's all about inspiration. They're messengers of inspiration coming to you. And if you're too busy taking action or fighting it off, or you're caught up in your own fear loop maybe, or your old patterns, you might not be able to see it or hear it or understand the messages you are getting. Very interesting, Sag. Okay, let's check out this Five of Pentacles. So the challenge is absolute loss here. And this is like in your material world. So this could be financial loss. This could be a loss of people in your life that's deeply affected you, a situation that didn't go well. So clarify the Five of Pentacles for me, please. The King of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Okay. So there is a change. And I feel like you are moving from that Five of Pentacles into something that's, with the King of Cups, that's emotionally fulfilling to you, that's emotionally stable, that is from the heart. And the King of Cups has a very open heart, but is also has emotional stability with that. So he's open and he's stable, and he has a lot of love and compassion to give to other people. And the Wheel of Fortune says this is change, or this might be a change for you, and you've put the time and effort into this. So you are putting the time and effort into something that really matters to you, that feels like it's from the heart. And time is changing. This is also divine timing card. So it's one of those things, keep doing the work. You're mastering your craft, so to speak. You're putting in time and effort. This is something that matters. It's from the heart. It's something that just brings you a lot of love and openness. And it's coming. So you're moving out of that Five of Pentacles. You are going. Change is coming. Change is coming. Just a little divine timing. Keep working on your craft. Keep working on yourself, maybe. That could also be, it doesn't have to necessarily be a job. This also could be you're doing the work on yourself. You're doing the work on yourself. You're staying in the flow, opening your heart up a little bit, working on yourself, trying to get back some inspiration, maybe trying to find the things that does speak to your heart. Like, what is inspiring to you? What does open your heart up? And I see you working on it. So you're doing the work, and that's awesome. That's awesome. So there is change heading your way in that department. Even though you might not be able to see it at first, and you might want to force it. keep doing the work on yourself, keep opening the heart. And this could even be do the work to let go a little bit, to go with the flow. And that takes some work and discipline, especially if you're very action oriented, like we were just talking about. So that's also work. It's work to let go. It's work to trust and go with the flow. Because if you've never done that, you're learning how to do that. Look, I'm preaching to the choir here because I've had many a lesson in learning when to work and when to trust and let go. And it's a balance. It's a balance. But you're facing it. You've got double strength. You're facing it. Okay, so the outcome is the Four of Wands. Clarify the Four of Wands for me, please. The Two of Cups. Ooh, I like it. The Six of Swords and the Tower. We'll draw two more for the Tower on this one. Nine of Swords, or the Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Nine of Pentacles. One more underneath. Three of Cups. Okay. So there, this feels, this kind of feels like the towers change, and this goes with the Wheel of Fortune a little bit. It is just a significant change. It's not subtle. You're gonna know it's the Tower. It is sudden change, and underneath that, so you're feeling a lot of anxiety about that because it is so sudden. But I see you moving out of that, like you have the Six of Swords. So yes, there's some rough water here, but you are moving on. You are looking at the landscape and you're looking at what's ahead of you, and you are moving on. And you have the Two of Cups here. So this is a partnership of some type. Now, this could be a romantic partnership, this could be a business partnership, this can be even a best friend, ride or die friend here that could lead to a commitment. But yeah, the towers, the Tower you obviously didn't see coming. And it's like you're in your process, like you're moving on. It's like you're already in the process of moving on and you're doing the work and you're working on yourself, and this Tower comes in, you're like, what? Like, really? And it causes you to go in your head and you have a lot of anxiety about it. But in actuality, with the Nine of Pentacles, you've done so much work. You have a lot to be proud of here. This is comfort. This is, I've done a lot of work. I have a lot to show for it. I have accomplishments and achievements, and I'm comfortable in that. I'm okay doing the work, but I'm in this really sweet, comfortable spot. And the Three of Cups is celebration. It's like, yes, you have a group. Like, your friends and family are cheers. You're doing it. So there's celebration here. There's a lot to be proud of. But the sudden change is as you're in the process of moving on, moving toward, smoother seas. Maybe there's a new partnership that's really good for you. And that's something to be celebrated, something that could lead to a commitment. And it's just the tower's like, what is this? Wait, I'm doing so good here. What do you mean? Another sudden change? Yeah, and there's some anxiety here. And definitely, but with any change usually comes with anxiety. But I see you moving on. I see I see a lot to celebrate and a lot to be happy about and to feel proud of yourself about. So, yes, you may be experiencing some definite sudden change. And yes, you may be moving into a new phase or a new cycle. Yes, you've been putting in the work. Yes, you are potentially opening your heart to something new. You just it might be hard to see that in the moment. And that's also where your strength is going to come in. It's like, yes, you have the sudden change, but I have the strength to know what I know. And I have the strength to know that I have a lot to be proud of. And this is a good thing. When towers happen, it's just making room for new things, new people, new experiences to come into your life that serve you better. Okay, so let's take a look at the Knight of Cups. Three of Swords, the Fool, and the Hierophant. So what this feels like to me is you have the Fool and the Hierophant, and the Fool is not even looking at the Hierophant. It's just like, nope. And to me, this just feels like you are breaking tradition. You may have been a person that's always been very structured and kind of followed the rules and did everything in a very traditional way. There's nothing wrong with that. But it kind of feels to me that may have not have, maybe it didn't work out so well for you. Or maybe you're learning to grow past that and you're taking this like fresh new approach, this brand new journey, and you're leaving some of that tradition, some of that structure, some of that rigidity behind. Because you have this new offering of love here. And yes, you may have had some sadness. There may be some sadness associated with starting this new journey, or going in a brand new direction, maybe something that you've never tried before. And there can be some sadness associated with that. There can be some loss associated with that. You might feel a little like, okay, if I'm not this person that's so maybe structured and very traditional, then who am I? Who am I? Underneath all of this, I've never been a person that goes with the flow. I've always taken action first. I've never led with my heart, so to speak. I've always been very traditional and very this step, this step, this step, this step. And it kind of feels like you're leaving it. You are on this journey to be like, whoop, there I go. I'm moving through any pain that's associated with that, and I'm heading towards that Knight of Cups. I'm opening my heart, and if love wants to come in, great, because I'm leaving tradition. It almost feels like what no longer works for me. I'm leaving what no longer works for me behind, and I'm moving towards something different. Okay, so to close things off, let's pull a couple of tapping cards. Now, if you are new to tapping or have no idea what tapping is, there is a link in the description box below for you to check out. Because if you don't know anything about it, you are going to be very confused about what comes next. So, 2 cards for Sagittarius here. 2 cards for Sagittarius for September. Okay. Ooh. Freedom is my divine right. I am free to think wonderful thoughts. I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. Okay, let's pull one from the bottom. Okay. I see my parents as tiny children that need to be loved. I feel like this is going to be very specific for someone. I have compassion for my parents' childhoods. I now know that I chose them because they were perfect for what I had to learn. I forgive them and set them free, and I set myself free. Ooh, these are powerful. So let's tap. Repeat after me. You can either say it aloud or just to yourself. Also, be mindful of what comes up as you tap, and by all means, replace certain words that I may say or phrases I may say with what's coming up inside of you, because that's going to make the biggest impact, is noticing if anything's coming up and tapping on something very specific to you. Okay, so let's do it. Side of the hand. Oh, freedom is my divine right. Freedom is my divine right. And man, that feels good. Screensaver. Even though I may not know how to bring in more freedom in my life, I know I can, and it is my divine right. I also see my parents as tiny children who need love. Even though it's hard sometimes, and even though I might not have all the answers when it comes to my parents or understand why things were the way they were, I'm willing to see my parents as tiny children who need love. Okay. I am free to think wonderful thoughts. I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. Even though I might not have the clarity yet on how to do this, even though things may feel a little uncertain, even though I have some anxiety surrounding this, I'm just going to honor that. I'm going to honor how I feel. And I'm going to honor that things can change. Because I am free to think wonderful thoughts. I move beyond past limitations into freedom. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. I am free. And with this freedom, and as I move past limiting beliefs, I am open to having compassion for my parents' childhoods. I know that I chose them because they were perfect for what I had to learn. I forgive them and set them free, and I set myself free. I am learning to be more open and have compassion for my parents' childhoods. I now know that I chose them because they were perfect for what I had to learn. I forgive them and I set them free. And in doing so, I set myself free. We're going to stay right here for a second on the collarbones. I set myself free. I am now becoming all that I am created to be. I am free to think wonderful thoughts. I forgive myself, and I set myself free in doing so. I am safe. Deep breath. I am safe. I am safe. Okay, Saggy. Have a great September. See you next time.